Alright, so here I'm trying to solve this equation, which means I want to get x by itself on one side of the equal sign. It should end up looking like this. X equals some number. The problem I'm seeing here is that I have an x term on the left side, and I have an x term on the right side. So I have to somehow combine those onto one side before I can simplify this into just a single x. So the way I'm going to do that, I really want to think about these terms as whole things. So before, when I saw something like 8x, I might be inclined to divide by 8. The problem is, on an equation like this, if I wanted to divide by 8, I would divide all the terms by 8, and in this example, this is really not the right step, because that would give us 1/2 x. 4 divided by 8 is 1/2. That would give us just an x, that would give us 2. Which you could do if you really want to, but it doesn't really help solve the problem. Like, I'm still left with an x on both of these sides of the equation. Really, I want to think about that term as an entire thing by itself. That 8x is a positive 8x. I'm thinking about how to move this entire thing over to that side, how to cancel out the entire term, not just the 8, the 8x. So I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. And you might be thinking, why did I divide by 8 into everything? Like, I divided 8 here, and 8 here. And meanwhile, when I'm doing the subtracting step, I'm actually only subtracting there and there. Really, I am subtracting 8x from the entire side. It's 8x plus 16 minus 8x. It's just that it only really applies to this positive 8x. That's the only thing that can really interact with, because those are like terms. When I divided, I actually did the exact same thing. I took that 8x plus 16 and divided the entire thing by 8. I just separated that into two separate fractions where I divided each of those by 8. But it is applying to the entire side. When you're subtracting 8, adding 8, dividing by 8, it doesn't matter. It's applying to the entire side of that equal sign. So I'm going to do that here and here. This is what I wanted to happen. I wanted those to go away. A positive 8x and a negative 8x completely cancel out. It leaves me with just the 16 here. And 4x minus 8x is a negative 4x. Now I have one step left. I want to cancel out this negative 4. That's being multiplied by the x, so I'm going to divide by that exact same number, divide by negative 4. And x also is negative 4. 16 divided by negative 4 gives me my final answer. You can test this by plugging it back in. 4 times negative 4 should equal 8 times negative 4 plus 16, and you see that this equals negative 16. This would be negative 32 plus 16, which also is negative 16. So you can always check your answer just by taking that x value and plugging it back in.